But have you ever been in a situation in your life where you know what you need to do, but you just can't make yourself do it?
Of course. I remember I was married and my ex-husband had a drug addiction. And I knew that his addiction always heightened. He was in the NBA, and I knew his addiction always heightened when he had his off season, because idle time is the devil's playground.
Right.
And so I remember he was asked to go, I think, to Team USA, if I remember correctly. And I was begging, please, please go to Team USA. And I was pushing, and I remember he just looked at me and said, you can't want it more than I do. And even though like we've done rehabs and this, and because you could fake it, you could have rehab for 45 days just to appease everyone else, get them off my back. But if you're not doing it for you, but I remember when he said, you can't want it more than me. He's like, do you want to suit up? Because you can't suit up. And I don't want it. And I remember I was like, it was so profound. It's so silly because I know that, but I wanted it so badly because I wanted to help him and to get him, like, feel the motivation and feel good. But he just wasn't in that place. And I just was like, I know what I need to do. And it took me a long time to get to, then I had to file for divorce, but that came after. But that was a very pivotal moment in my life because I remember that statement being the first one that I was like, yeah, I can't want it more than you. I can't want your life more than you.
Wanting that for somebody is an amazing thing. It means you love somebody. The problem in my life is that I went about it in the exact opposite way that you should go about it. See, I was always working against human wiring and I never knew it. And so in the example that you just shared, what was happening there is the truth. Human beings only change when they feel like it. And see, we all have a fundamental need to feel in control of our lives. Now, this is all stuff that I have only learned recently. I mean, I am the textbook for screwing things up and falling in a hole or digging one and then lying in the bottom of a hole and being like, when is somebody coming? Isn't somebody gonna pay my bills and like make my dreams come true?
And like you said, no one is coming.
Yes. And at some point you're gonna realize you don't need anybody.
Right.
And as long as you are focused on everybody else, you'll never actually see the truth, which is you have everything in you to pick yourself up, to admit what you want. And sometimes if you don't know what you want, just tell yourself what you don't want.
Right.
Like I didn't know in the darkest moments of my life, like that moment being 41 and just about to lose everything. I didn't know what I wanted. It's not like in that moment when you're in a hole, you're literally like, I think I want to be a motivational speaker. That's not what happens. You basically go, I don't want to live my life like this. And I don't want to lose my marriage. And I don't want to be a emotional bitch all the time to my kids. I don't want to see my house go under bankruptcy. And if you know what you don't want, just invert it.
Right. I think what's something that's also so aspirational about you and what people don't talk about enough, I think, in society is what you just said. You had all these failures, and then at 41, I believe you said, was when your life sort of made that switch. So I just turned 40, and my 30s were a really tough decade for me. And I did either a lot of jobs or I bet on myself in a lot of different ways. And there were things that didn't go the way I wanted them to, a lot more failures than successes. And I took a hit on my confidence, all these things.
Well, how could you not?
How could you not?
If your emotional and like mindset response to something that hurts you or that didn't go as planned is to be disappointed or to have you question whether or not you can trust certain people, for you to be heartbroken when somebody that you love is not able to do the very hard work to get sober or to show up in the way that you deserve to have somebody show up, it's a sign that you're mentally well.
Okay, good.
When you react to those things in the way that you did. And that's an important thing to understand. Because if you then think something's wrong with you, because this person won't heal, now what's happened is you've taken on the burden
Right.
of actually making everyone else happy. And I didn't understand this for a very, very long time. And so there were two things that have fundamentally changed my life. The first one is that there is a skill in life, Khloé, that absolutely any human being can learn, and they need to learn it. And the skill is very simple. You need to know how to push yourself to take the small, annoying, frustrating, boring actions, no matter how you feel. And what I learned the hard way is that in any moment, you can override your feelings with action. And so the first thing that I created that really kind of turned my life in a different direction, and I believe you are one decision away from a different life.